I think the important part that make me figure out and make, how can I say, confidence to step out is because I know my values. So I know what I could do. Like in the bank, I also did my best deliver the values to the bank. When I was in agency, I also did my best to deliver the values to the agency. But then when I think about the futures, how I want to live my life, it just doesn't match with the lifestyle. So then I need to start thinking and then what is really match what I really want. I always have the self reflections whether I'm on the path that align with my future or not. So if not, then I don't waste people time and I also don't waste my time. So that is the first thing. And the second thing, I always ask.
Hi, welcome to the show. Today we have Gunn, an entrepreneur, global CEO passionate about transforming education and building international businesses that connect purpose with profit. Gunn is founded Fen-Ai Group and creates Siba Bridge to empower youth to discover their potential, their ventures, and design their future. It's such an honor to have you here, Gunn. Can you tell me more about your business? Can you explain to our audience of what you do and what inspired you to start this business?
Sure. So Fen-Ai Space is basically a space for the youth to grow in a very safe environment and a very supportive ecosystem. We focusing on youth entrepreneurship programs. We believe that the core skill that the students and all the young children could have, and then they can carry on to the futures no matter what's happened, is the entrepreneur mindset. So the reasons why I started this and what inspired me, as what you asked, is that I am just a normal and ordinary girl, like from the um, south of Thailand, and I live like border south of Thailand in Narathiwat, and I felt like the opportunities I could get in life is to get to know people who really support me. So I see this thing is very important and crucial for us to really transform the educations to bring a good quality educations to those children who live far away from the city, because without the opportunities, without the right support, they might not be able to grow and see where they could grow themselves in the future. Because I have experience working with a lot of the students who are not living in the city, and they cannot even visions and imagine like what can be their futures and what they could do with their life that could change themselves, their families, and or even the society. So I would want to be the representative from that local people who actually live far away from the city, that everyone could have that chance. And Fen-Ai will be the tools and make everyone access to the good quality of education.
Yeah. So, and how did you start your own business? You mentioned that you started in the South and there is a gap in education or skill building. And from your own journey, how do you start your own business living in the South?
I have to be honest that I start a business without knowing that I am going to start a business. It's just I have these passions to teach people since I was 20 years old. And my study is actually nothing related to education. So I have a business background and economics background, which my first job also was in the bank. However, since 20 years old, I always teach and sharing to people, and it's made me happy. And it's come to the point that I made the decisions to move back to my hometown in south of Thailand. And still, while I'm still figuring out what to do, I still keep teaching, like teaching kids and teaching the teenagers. And I found out that the way and the approach I do with them could bring them the success and could help them. So then more students coming to me, more parents coming to me, then it made me really have more confidence to just make it at a school. So I started it with the language school in South. So at first, we just teaching English. So if you say like, how did I started? It's been like, it's just by passions that I'm teaching people until one day it could become business. Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened in that moment when You said you worked in banking before, you have business background, and you decide to move back to your hometown. So what happened in that journey? What made that transition?
Okay. So I I started working in the bank, but at that time I already have also a dream to do something on my own,
Mm,
but it's never clear what it's gonna be. But I just know that one day I want to have the freedoms to manage my own life and times. So after working in a bank for 2 years, I know that my areas of expertise. I mean, I know that working in the bank might not be some things that I can do for the rest of my life. So and then I looking for new opportunities, which actually the marketing agency. So I felt like I love marketing. Then I really joined marketing agency, but I was there just 6 months because the job is fun and I love the job, but the way and the lifestyle is not really match my lifestyle. So I decided to quit again. And now I just go home to try to figure out what I really want to do. Yeah. But all the time that I work, I always teaching in parallel
mm,
without taking it very serious, whether it's gonna become a business or not. But it's something I always do, and people keep coming to me to get advice or to let me help them improve and decide their future. So I have been doing that all this time without realize that it could become business too. But it's something that really make me happy when I see someone transform or when I see someone achieve that goal.
I like that part where you know what you enjoy doing, you have the passion, and I'm very curious on when you make that change. I come across so many people now that they are working in a big corporation and they have this dream, they have passion that they have on the side, and they want to take that leap that you took before many years ago. So, can you share more about what the experience was like when the moment that you decide to quit your job and start focusing on what you like doing in your passion in teaching? Yeah, share us more about that.
I actually um a type of persons that always enjoy and do the best in everything I do. When I was in the bank, I also doing my best, enjoy every do as much as possible. I think the important part that make me figure out and make how can I say confidence to step out is because I know my values. So I
Mm,
know what I could do. Like in the bank, I also did my best, deliver the values to the bank. When I was in agency, I also did my best to deliver the values to the agency. But then when I think about the futures, how I want to live my life, it just doesn't match with the lifestyle. So then I need to start thinking and then what is really match what I really want. So because I'm not like, I'm get sick of the full-time job. I just want to have my own things. It's more like I always have the self-reflections, whether I'm on the path that align with my future or not. So if not, then I don't waste people time and I also don't waste my time. So that is the first thing. And the second thing, I always ask like how I want to live my life, like what kind of life that I want to be. I can be happy every day, waking up and doing things that I'm not complaining about. Then I have the answer that I want to have a life that I could travel, that I could be with families whenever they need me, and I could always learn new things. So that is the life I want to have, which is actually doesn't match if I'm still in the corporate. So I just decided to do something. So in short, my techniques is I will never stay too long if the place I am in or the communities I am in is not aligned with my goal because we don't have time to waste.
yeah, I love that mindset. And you said you know your value. Can you share us more about what is your value now?
My personal core value is exploring, yeah, and like transforming, yeah, and sharing. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just what I always love to do because I love to help people and I like to see change and I want to be also the change maker. Yeah, I
Mm.
love to share things, not just a good thing. I love to share also my mistake to people so that they don't make the same mistakes. So that is actually the core value of myself. So if I just do that every day, so I will be happy doing it. I wake up and I just do that things every day. I learn new things every day. So it's make me happy.
Yeah, I mean that part that it's attract me to get to know you more because I can see you are someone who love to grow, who love to do self-reflection, and you seem to be really clear on what you want in life, and you seem to be really clear on your decision. And you touched on the point on you love sharing mistakes. So in that journey of changing from working with marketing agency and decide to go back to your hometown, what would be one key learning if you were to share to the listeners so they don't repeat that or they can get out of it and help them to grow fast in their journey if they are in the same position as you do right now?
You mean at that spot, right? What will be
Yes.
my tips to tell
Yeah.
to not make the same mistakes?
The same mistake. Yes.
Plan and listen.
Okay. Tell
Because
us more.
I am the type of person when I see something is not right, I just move forward. But I forget to think about people around me, how would
Mm.
they feel and take on my decision making. So I'm not really talking to anyone when I make this decision. I just take it and do it. People around me who I mentioned is like families. So the parents like shocked. I just move back to the south without like consulting them. This is gonna be my journey. So I think it would be better if I communicate with them a little bit on what is my plan, so they can take whatever I make the decision. But that was a huge decision, which I didn't realize that is what very huge decision in terms of a parent's perspective, because I was settled with my job. I get a good job in a good position and all that, and so it's kind of like unexpected for them. So it took me a lot of time to explain and get them understand what is my dream about and what is my dream look like. However, if I get to prepare them a little bit, maybe the situation will be smoother. Yeah. So I think that will be a part that I will do the same thing anyway, but I will be communicating more to the people that matters. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a really good point because that's what I found in Thai culture or Asian culture where we have a strong bond with our parents and we also care about how they feel about our decision. And at the same time, what's the tip in managing that expectation when you have such a bigger vision for yourself? And our vision most of the time it with us. So no one else around us will not see that vision that we have with ourselves, with our business before. And that decision seems to be big decision for you. And maybe they didn't have the same picture that you have. How do you manage that expectation? And you mentioned before that they kind of shocked. So tell us a little bit more about that journey.
So what I found out, right? I think every child will be the same, that we want parents to be proud, and
Mm,
we want to make sure that we success, and then they can be proud of us. So most of the time we not really share much things to them. Like
mm,
we sometimes selective to just share only good part, and not tell like all the pictures to them, like every aspect that happened into our life to them, so that make them think that everything seem fine and okay. But I think what we could do is actually just be true. Even nowadays, when people come asking me about like getting advice how to handle and manage that, I always tell them that parents not just want good news from you. They also want to hear the other part as well. Like if you have a problems, if you have a challenge, because that close the gap between you and parents, and then they don't need to be surprised when something that oh, you're not happy with the work, now you're gonna step out of the work, then they're not too surprised, because they have been communicating to you and you sharing to them like, okay, this one I like, this one I don't like, so they kind of like get familiar. So I think the main things that we need to think about is that parents, they'll always be there for us. We just need to make sure that we also engage them into our life in terms of
Mm.
telling them like 360 degree, it's not just a good part. Because when it's time to the part that they haven't heard of it before or never have a sign, it's normal that might go against you because they have the fear and they have the concern, they have the worry, they want the best for you, and they're not sure that the track that you're gonna uh, work on is gonna work out or not. So if we share a lot of things to them, we educate them as well along the way before making a decision or before the final decision to step forward. I think we can close the gap easier.
Mm.
Yeah, and now I still need to do that. I communicate. Yeah, because when parents see me work a lot, they concern and they worry whether am I okay or not. But it's something I love, so I'm willing to give all in, right? But then in terms of parents' eye, they just want to hear like, how is it going? Yeah, are you doing well? Something like that. So I just share everything. Yeah, including the problem and challenges as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so consistent communication and don't hold back the difficult part. People who love us want to hear everything about us, right? They want to hear the good side and the challenge that we are going through so they can be there. Everyone want to support each other. I think that's a gold nugget there that you share. And you work with a lot of parents nowadays, right? What were your what will be your tips to the parents where if the child I think nowadays the trend now is we are nurturing the child to be there, to know themselves, to find their gift, to actually share their passion pretty much earlier on. Like in mine, I'm 43 now, and in my era, it's all about okay, we want to learn more from our education system and less about getting to know ourselves. But as this dynamic is starts to shift, it's more on getting to know ourselves earlier. So the child tend to be different, tend to have different passion, tend to have strong point of view on their life, strong point of view on relationship with their parents. So what's your tips for the parents to handle this?
Yeah. So if we want to see the real them and to really find out the true potential of them, what we need to give them is a space. I love that parents nowadays, they're quite proactive to learn and
Mm.
to learn more. So then they could have a skill to develop their child better. But sometimes when parents have a lot of time to spend with the child, they also could not help but to give over suggestion or to become like very protective for the child not to fail and all that. But if I could send one message to the parent is that you can be the learning buddy, but not be the lecturer or the instructor, to tell them the step. So we can be a buddy. When we see them fail, then we can be their buddy to figure out the solution together more than just telling them like, oh, hey, don't walk that way. You're gonna fall, or don't walk that way, is dangerous. So it's more like we working closely with them, but we are not over guiding them or over sharing to them. So then they could have that experience themselves, because that's how people learn. You tell them, you can talk to them 1 hour, but it cannot compare to just 10 minutes real experience that they could face. So parents need to be a learning buddy instead of being a parents who telling them what to do, because we are looking for the future leader. We are looking for the confidence and a high self-esteem children, so they need space to learn and fail by themselves.
Yeah, I'm sure this gonna be a good tips for parents who are in this journey, generation gap that we talk nowadays, right? How do we understand the new generation who were born with technology, born with different thinking? So thank you for sharing that. Now I want to fast forward into you have so many projects now that is happening, Fen-Ai, Siba Prish. And how many years have you been doing this already?
I am in the education field, counting from the start. Altogether, it's 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
However, I start building the real communities about 10 years. yeah, to
Mhm.
everyone together to create the change for the society and some change in education.
Yeah. So what are the key challenges that you found in building community in the past 10 years?
The key challenges is to explain people what am I doing and what we believe in and what will work for the children in the 21st centuries. What should be the main things to focus on for the kids. But we are all study in the 18th century way and pattern. And now we need to teach and grow the kids in the 21st century. That is a huge gap, which we cannot use the same method anymore. And everyone know that they need change. But the problem is all the adults, we all grow in 19th century. You know what I mean?
So what's
1920.
the difference?
The way, because we 18th century, 20th century, it's mean like, when we want to do some research for our report, I give you just one example. Like if you want to do the report, we just go library. We go library and we want to learn more, we just listen to the teacher because the information is not that uh, you know, always available at all time and at all channels, just the same at what we are living in now. So at that time, it's more like all the kids, our students, we also very obedient to the teachers, whatever the teacher say, even though sometimes we don't listen to the parents at home, but if the teacher says something in the school, we will just follow because there will be a test, there will be grading system that, to evaluate whether you good enough or not. But nowadays, the young generation, they can access to information anytime. And sometimes they know better than us.
Mm.
So that is the key challenges that happening that the learning approach that used to be work is not working anymore, which I believe that all the parents know, all the adult knows. But the main point that make everyone stuck is that because we don't know how it look like, what it should be in the 21st century. And then when someone go and tell something new, hey, this is the way, like I was shouting, like, this is the way to go. Then there is also in the beginning, people was like, really? Is it the way? Will it be the right way? So I'll get many questions along the way. Will this progress, this approach will work or not? Or if it's not work, what I'm gonna do or something like that. So it's very challenging. It's like you are talking to people who not really understand what you are doing and yeah, need to prove a lot that the way you're thinking and the learning program that you created is really fit the kids in the 21st. That is the key challenging to get people understand because it's completely new. They are not
Yeah.
wrong because they don't know what it look like.
Can you summarize that? What's your approach now? If you were to, let's say, if I'm a parent and you want to explain to me this is the new approach, can you tell me on that?
So right now, what I do, I'm doing a lot of parents workshop
Mm.
and parents consultation so then they could understand our approach more and they could experience themselves how we are different and we even have a classroom that parents and the children could learn together at the same time so then they can see very obvious that why is it different the approach that we are doing and now it's easier as well because we have been like proven the result of the way we teaching but mostly is to get the parents the real experience so then they understand
Yeah. And how is your approach different?
from the past you mean.
Yeah, from the 19 ways of
Oh, okay.
teaching and learning.
So we are applying personalized learning approach with we value the talents of individual uh, individual students and we design the learning approach and the learning path based on their talents so that we could improve the area that they need improvement because every child have their own talents and their own strengths we cannot just use this one pattern to teach everyone because they are not the same so this is what
Yeah. So you personalize the program for individual child and finding out what's their talents.
yes.
Yeah. So going back to the business part with Fen-Ai. You also shared to me in our pre-interview that you have been building new team, systemizing the business now, and you are learning to communicate the service. And you said you use about 4 years to figure that out. So can you tell me more about the journey of in the 4 years of scaling, making decision about your business? What happened?
Yeah. So I have to say that sometimes I also think, am I dreaming too big, because it took a lot of times and it took a lot of effort to drive the business forward. And then there was one time there was people call it the crisis, right? I facing the same crisis with everyone, which is the COVID-19, and that is the time that I feel like really need to make a pause to really rethink what I really want for the business and also for myself as well, because I have been on this road for a while and it's make a progress. We have a little success along the way, but then to move forward after, how do I want it, like, and what do I really want for the business? Because during the COVID-19 I was having a school that I created for the homeschool student back in South, but because of the physical space and because of the COVID, we also transform everything to be 100% online and leave the physical school because the situation, so we need to move that way. And I was doing everything online, and all the journey I learned a lot from, because in the beginning I told you already that I didn't plan at first that this thing gonna become a business. So I didn't have a proper business plan in the beginning, investor pitch or bring in the investor. I just do everything based on my passions, and my goal is just to make sure that I help as many kids that I could. So when the COVID came, it really made me need to like reset myself and make a pause to think, because I also know myself what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. But if I want to make more impact, it means I need to willing to learn and do something that I might not like it. I might not be happy and I might not good at, but I need to be good at it too. Because, to run a business, it's not just me alone. It's the team
And what is that?
that what I don't like to do it.
Yeah, that you have to do it.
All the details process. Yeah, you see my value is exploring, transforming, sharing. It's nothing related to paperwork, details process, all the minor detail. I'm not really have an eye in details, but if you're going to become a CEO, even though you don't do it yourself, you still need to be very detailed to check on everything and know everything what's going on, because you should be able to pass on your passions, your visions, your values to the team, so then they could pass it on to your customer. So I know all that, but what I'm not sure is, will I be able to do that? And am I willing to just committed to that until it's success? So I going back and forth with my coach as well to figure out, is this the journey that I really want? Or I would just be, Kru Gunn, teaching the students by myself alone. No need to expand the team. Just me. Yeah, being a coach. But then when I think like this, I'm not happy, because I'm not doing this just for me to be famous or anything. I'm just doing this to be able to create change and to transform people's life, to make people understand that they can decide their own future and everyone could be success under like their own circumstances. So yeah, at the end of the day, I make a decision to scale the business in order to help more people and make more impact. And after I figure out, it feel a lot release in terms of, questioning yourself whether you want to do it or not. When I make a decisions, I want to give it, 100% and all in and do that. So now I just do whatever it takes to make sure that I could make more impact to people's life.
Yeah, so I like that you touch about a bit on, you reflect on your identity, whether do you want to be Kru Gunn or do you want to be CEO who makes change, and you make a decision that okay, you're gonna go forward with being CEO, you're gonna go forward with making change, and that makes things easier. Am I capturing this correctly?
Yes.
Are there anything else that help you in the process of making peace from being a business person who have to go into the details of the business? Because I also know many people who in the same journey as you before, as we know that if we want to get into business and scale our business and become the CEO, there are things that we don't want to do, but we have to do it, that we have to make a decision and be willing to do it. Are there anything else that going on in your mind, in your mindset that help you in that journey?
So I think it's also related to what I said in the beginning as well. Like if you know your values and the
Mm,
meaning what you are living for, and to me the simple things that I do is I write everything down, like
mm,
my head and what I think. And because when you process it, you think about it, you write it down, it means you see things clearer as well. And then after you see things clearer, you can tell clearer like which one is what you want, which one that you don't want. So then when you see that clearly, then you could give the answer, and you could, how can I say, you could make a decision better
yeah.
which one that suit more. And I always tell people as well, not everyone need to run a business. Some people they are specialists and they could also go that path and grow as a specialist as well. They don't even need to build a team, but that is depend on your personality. If you are that person that easier go faster by yourself alone, and then there are many tools to help you. You have AI, you have a system to just help you manage as well, but you need to first understand like what really make you happy. So for myself, I'm really happy to see people grow.
Yeah. So you need to know yourself. You need to be clear on your value, the vision that you have in your lifestyle, in your business. And you also, what's the last point? Yeah, making decision very important. I think that's the part that that hold many of us back a lot. We didn't want to make a decision because there will be a chance that if we make that decision might lead us into a failure, right? Like not every decision turning out to be a good one. I think that's big to first have an informed decision, get information, educate yourself on your decision, and commit the timeline of when you want to make a decision. And if you know that you are hesitating still, so that's mean it's not a good path anymore. So drop it, right? I like that. Thank you for sharing so much on your wisdom, on your journey. Amazing to know you. I always inspired by what you do and you as an individual who do a lot of self-reflection and being clear on the vision in your life, the vision in your business, and as well as the core value that we have been repeating this in this show. Thank you so much, Gan. Pleasure to have you here.
I would love
ขอบ
to
คุณ
connect
ค่ะ
with you. And it would also mean a lot to me if you could share it with a friend or leave a review on the episode. A little bit about me. I'm a trauma-informed life coach with 16 years of experience in the corporate world and 8 years as a coach. I have been helping business owners and executives tap into real confidence and make clearer decisions. And if you are in the season of change and want a personal light touch, feel free to reach out about my one-on-one coaching program. I'm always happy to connect with you. And come back for a new episode next week. And until then, keep being kind to yourself.